I listened to your interview with Jillian Michaels,
Ah, man, that was interesting.
I was so proud of you as my friend.
Really?
I was. Like, I listened to like a good amount of things that you do, but like I don't get everything.
Okay.
But that one I listened to and I was so proud of you as my friend because I felt like how you advocated for the Black community
Right.
in such a meaningful way and didn't back down to like what the Black experience is when it comes to health and like the systemic things that we've gone through as a people.
Right.
And how that's manifested. And sometimes it's not just as simple as like, don't eat takeout anymore.
Yeah, I think it's frustrating because, Jillian Michaels is a very reputable, credible source, right? And a figure in our industry. Simultaneously, she doesn't really have the language to really understand how someone like a Lizzo shows up in spaces and why it's important for people to really embrace her and celebrate her, right? Because she's looking at it from this traditional standpoint of like, she's plus size and she needs to lose weight. And why would you want to listen to somebody like me? And it's like, well, because traditionally people like you don't have people like me in, their best interest.
Exactly.
Period. And it's like, but shame on you for being a coach and not having a language and being willing to figure out how you can best serve your community. Because before you're white, before you're a woman, like all those things are true, but you're also someone who committed to this idea of supporting people in their health journey. So like, shame on you for being critical and for creating a space where people don't feel connected to you. And more importantly than that, I want to shed light on the people who are, like myself and others.
It's so different because I think we went through a phase of weight loss was all like the Biggest Loser. It was revenge body. It was the fat camp shows. Everything was very much like, you don't like where you are for whatever reason.
Right.
So we are going to capitalize on how bad you feel, how overweight you are, how you can't wear the clothes that you want. And we're going to transform you into like almost like a cookie cutter, like this is what fitness, this is what health looks like. Let's just literally beat your mind and your body until you get here.
Yeah. The wild thing is that, my industry would lead you to believe that there's no such thing as a plus size person who was happy. Right. Like, but failing to recognize that, like, technically speaking, like Martin Luther King was plus size, right? Technically speaking, like Andre Talley, who's like a huge deal within like the fashion, like industry, right? Died at 70 plus something years old, plus size individual, right? You can't tell me that Jill Scott isn't one of the most beautiful women in the world, right? Furthermore, let's take celebrity out of it. My mama, my 3 sisters, people in my family, aunts, uncles, cousins, people we know in our community, you can have a positive impact on society and your body composition shouldn't matter, right? Furthermore, you can feel really good about yourself and what you see in the mirror. And more importantly than that, when you wake up in the morning, when you walk outside of your home and you're moving around, you can feel a lot of joy within your body and not have abs and not be, a chiseled chest or like the world's like most beautiful like arms or whatever the case may be. And I think, the fitness industry really is predatory in that it takes advantage. It attempts to make people feel less than because they don't fit into this ideal, lens or a standard of beauty. But in reality, that's just rooted in like shaming people. And it's like, I think for me anyway, I really just want to celebrate the fact that like, there's a lot of joy in my community. There's a lot of joy in people. And I want to celebrate that at every chance that I get. And I really don't care too much about like whether or not you weigh this amount or your jeans fit like this. It's like you can love yourself. And more importantly than that, loving yourself, loving others can have a far greater impact on society than like, oh, you got abs and some really nice biceps. Like nobody cares at the end of the day.